time. Sean Spicer, RNC communications director. That's how I see it, Sean. He started out very strong, then had his stumbling moments. What do you think?
Well, I think he presented a huge contrast tonight with Hillary Clinton. I think when you look at the dial tests that were going on, independents actually were with him throughout the entire debate.
Throughout the entire debate?
Throughout the entire debate. And I think part of this isn't just
whose dials were this?
But I think what was important tonight is that he didn't speak in sort of prepared Washington tone. People who are looking for an element of change, who are ready to get rid of the Washington talking points and make things, we're with him tonight and we felt compelled. I think he presented a good case on the economy. He's focused on jobs, was something that really resonated with a lot of individuals.
On the whole birtherism thing, an issue that's come back, did he stumble on that one?
Well, I think, look, he made it very clear that in 2008, the supporters of Hillary Clinton that actually started all of this. His job was to go out there, get the birth certificate, and clean it up. But I think, he did talk about the fact that he wanted to get on and focus more on jobs and the economy. I think it would have been good to pivot a lot quicker onto, that issue's been settled. Let's start talking about jobs and the economy. He's made it very clear that issue's been asked and answered.
Robert Wolf, the big Democratic big backer, Hillary Clinton, now obviously has his biases, but he said he didn't always seem to do his homework. Now, there were times where you could have said Hillary Clinton didn't do a lot of her homework, particularly when it came to the emails and the problems that she had. She didn't really have to because there wasn't much follow-up on that.
It was amazing. Actually,
five times there was fact-checking go on. All 5 times are against Donald Trump.
Right.
Once against Hillary Clinton.
That's right. Not only that, every one of Donald Trump's previous issues that you mentioned, the birtherism, some of his previous court rulings, all came up. The only issue that came up with Hillary Clinton was they said, would you like to add anything? It was sort of, for all the whining that the Clinton campaign had about how this debate was going to go, I think they got an unbelievably fair treatment. There was zero follow-up.
I would agree with you on this one. If you're going to go after the fact-checking with Donald Trump and this stuff, which is fine if that's what you want to do, then you can do it at least as much as Hillary Clinton.
Absolutely. There was no comparison. There was no follow-up on her, no discussion with the Clinton Foundation, no discussion.
Why didn't Donald Trump more effectively then, or were you troubled by the fact that he didn't say, look, my tax returns pale into the email controversy and the national security issues that are raised with Hillary Clinton. My taxes aren't going to compromise your national security.
Right. Look, it's tough to sort of get up here Monday morning quarterback somebody who's been sitting on stage
let's say
for 90 minutes.
Debate, when he's up against
and I think
if you had to advise him, how would you tell him to go? Now he has a better sense of what.
Well, I think he did what he had to in this debate, and as we go forward and we continue to look at moments that we could have maybe pivoted to something like that or brought up issue or hit back harder, I think we'll review those tapes. He'll see those opportunities, but he did what he had to do tonight. He got across that vision of change that needed to get across, and I think again that key element of the electorate that needs to see the difference in the contrast that exists between these two candidates, he 100% did what he had to do.
You know what I think happens, John? You're the expert, but as you know, I read a prompter, so I qualify. That people tend to look at this as trying to get the undecided voters. I often see it as trying to rally your own. Hillary Clinton has to get kind of quasi-supporters jazzed enough to go to the polls.
That's right.
His are jazzed to go to the polls. Maybe a little more, maybe not. I don't know. Did she succeed at that part? You got to put
I don't know. That's going to be interesting because I think it's a great point that you're making. That there are these coalitions and niches of the electorate that she sews together. You see that she's having trouble with millennials and minority voters in particular. They're down 50,000 absentee ballots from where they were in 2012 in Iowa. There are places around the country. I don't think this excited them. I don't think if you're a Hillary Clinton person that was on the fence, that you got excited tonight. And you're right. That's going to be a problem. That enthusiasm gap is going to be an issue for them.